we'll kind of stay on the AEW topic here, because Cody had been teasing who his opponent was going to be. If you were following the AEW Road to Double or Nothing, which I think I only watched the first 2 episodes, so I missed a lot of the in between. But everyone, was thinking that MJF was going to be the wrestler, and I was like, you know what? Like, the way that Cody is teasing this, I think it's going to be someone who we don't know and who's going to be kind of a bigger unveiling. And it turned out that I think Brian Alvarez was the first person I heard who thought that it was going to be Dustin, but it turns out that it is Dustin. And in the last episode of the Road to Double or Nothing, Dustin did a promo. Just, it was a nice video package, a nice promo by Dustin to set up a match between the two brothers at Double or Nothing. Now, I think just as a standalone, I really like Dustin a lot. Like, I've always liked him, going back to his early WWE days with his dad, and then when he was the Natural in WCW. I just thought, at some point this guy's going to be like one of the biggest stars in wrestling. And he didn't, he was a star, but he didn't actually get there the way that I thought he would. But I've always been a fan, and I always root for this guy no matter what. Like, he had the drug problems, and he had the injury problems, and he had the marital problems, and just, kind of off his rocker at some point in his career. But I've always rooted for him just because I feel like I've been watching him since he was like 21 years old, right? So as a standalone one-on-one match, I really want to see this. I'm excited. I think they both are going to try to have, a really good match for the both of them. And I think also Cody's just kind of like, look, man, we both kind of deserve to have this. The other company didn't allow us to really have this, and we're going to kind of show them a little bit. Now, the counter to that argument is, and I think this is kind of where you sit, which is why I want to get your opinion on it, which is, why didn't they build this for some time down the road?
Yeah, definitely. When the match was announced, I was like, I think it's a good match and a match I want to see. I just don't. It's not a match I want to see with little or no build.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Double Nothing episode. It's like a 5-minute episode, and Dustin's promo was really good. His delivery was really good. He always had an ability to cut a really good promo. And the story he's trying to tell, I get it. But without TV currently, this is a show that's built towards the hardcore people that are following AEW, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And people that follow AEW are people who are on social media, who follow these guys on Twitter. And leading up, a year ago or maybe more, Dustin has always been giving shout outs to Cody on social media, and Cody's responded, and it's been love back and forth between brothers. He's happy for Cody and his success, and then Cody would always write stuff about his brother when he did something good. So this trying to tell the story where Dustin's has some issue with Cody, it's I don't believe it. But with TV coming up, they'll probably announce it soon, probably next month. This would be great if they did it in a year from now, And I just think they're just rushing it. But maybe it's step one of the story. But you did point out that it's the last ride, right? That's what they're calling it. And maybe Dustin can't do a long program. I know he had double knee surgery, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Maybe he just can't go. So maybe he feels he has one more match left in him. And maybe this is the match that he wants to do. But I think he can go. I think they can build something up. I think they should save it for TV, because you could do something with like Cody and MJF and another guy like a Hammerstone who's in MLW and the other kid that's with them. They have a really nice little trio called Dynasty, and where it draws out Dustin, right? Because Cody should start as a babyface in AEW, I think, right? He's part of the startup of this company. I think people are going to cheer him. So I just think, like, Dustin, something happens where Dustin comes in. Now they're teaming up against these guys. Now they're in a program, these guys. They win this program. They're successful as a team in this program, which leads to title shot with, let's say, the Young Bucks, right? Build up to a match of the Young Bucks for the titles. And Cody and Dustin lose, with Dustin being the one that takes the fall. Cody, he's just a great performer all around, but like, he's a great babyface, but he's a really good heel. What if, something, I was thinking, like, what if they did something where, like, remember Clash 10, where the Horsemen came out with Sting, Ole, Arn, and Flair?
Oh yeah.
And
Absolutely.
One of the best promos, like one of my favorite promos in wrestling by Ole Anderson. But like, I remember watching as a kid, and it's just, interview with the Horsemen. They're going to talk about their match later on the night against Muda, Dragon Master, and Buzz Sawyer, right? JTEX Corporation. That's the big main event in the cage. But all of a sudden, Ole's pissed. And it's confusion. I remember being just shocked. So what if something like that, happens, like a promo with the Rhodes brothers, and Dustin's like, I apologize to Cody. I came up short, but we're going to do it, man. We're going to fight back. We're going to win the tag titles again. We're going to go with the ranks. We're going to get that title shot, and we're going to do it. And Cody's like, no, we're done. I'm done with this. I have other goals. I did this for a short time. I felt sorry for you. You failed. You can't go anymore. I need to go on my own. And Dustin's like in shock. Like, I did this out of sympathy because I was thinking about our dad and thinking about Dusty, and but you know what? I need to concentrate myself. And Dustin's just like shocked. He's like, man, don't do this, man. And he's like, you know what? You just need to retire. And Dustin's like, I know I didn't cut. I didn't win. I came up short in that match. I did lose that fall, but man, I feel it, man. I feel it. I feel an extra. I feel like another wind. I feel I could do this. I feel we could do this together. And like, Cody's like, you know what? I'm the executive here at AEW. You don't have what it takes. I'm firing your ass. And like, he has the power to do it. And all of a sudden, there's a feud there, and you want to see Dustin get his revenge on his brother, and it's the opposite. He's the baby face, or it just I think there'd be something more meaty with the TV, and I think they're just, I don't know, maybe they're just, like I said, just step one of multiple matches, but I think it's something that I would love to see built on TV, and I think they're wasting opportunity with that. And
so, what I wonder is if maybe Dustin feels like he's only got one match left.
That's what I'm thinking. And
then he becomes an agent or something.
Yeah, he'd be a great agent. I mean, he did a WWE and was really good at it. I just think, man, there's when you have TV coming up, you need these meaty kind of storylines. So if you can, I'm not saying Dustin has to wrestle every episode of AEW TV. But you could do it where it's like built up to where he comes out. He wrestles maybe one match or two matches versus, let's just put MJF in that position as a heel and whoever against them. And then it gets built up to a match with the Young Bucks or the tag titles, blah, blah, blah. I just think you can spread it out to where it's like he's not wrestling weekly or on the house show circuit. Like, he just only featured in specific matches. There's a way to do it.
Here's another thing that I wonder is they do not have a TV contract signed yet. I think a lot of people expect them to be somewhere in the Turner family. And maybe, obviously, the streaming service in that family is Bleacher Report Live. And maybe they feel like, if we are going to put this on a streaming service or as a pay-per-view, Cody versus Dustin would actually do more business for this show. And I wonder if there's any, there might be some pressure to try to create some business, more business than, you got Jericho and Omega on top. You got the Bucks and the Lucha Bros, and then you're like, okay, we need what's our third? What's our third from the top? And it's like Cody Dustin. Like, people have been wanting to see that match.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, true. I just think, like, God, you have something between two brothers. There's such a good storyline there that you can build to. It's like, that's something I would just wait for TV.